Welcome back to the Win with Dice podcast, a podcast featuring members of the Win with Dice team. I'm Calvin, and I'm joined here by Ramon.
Hey guys, this is your first time listening to the Win with Dice podcast. This is a podcast all about tabletop RPGs. Calvin and I like to take a casual approach to the hobby. So, on this podcast, we like to talk about the games that we run and the games that we play and the cool, wonderful people we get to experience the hobby with. If this is your first time hearing about tabletop RPGs, what are you doing? Go find yourself a table, go have some fun. And if you are a player at someone's table, maybe it's your turn to be the GM.
Indeed. So this week, we're going to be trying some new stuff. We are going to work on, I think we have done something similar to this before, but we're going to be working on building a character. I think this is going to more detail than we have before, though. So last week we did talk about the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remaster, and there's a whole lot of changes. There's some name changes and stuff that we didn't get to, and there is some stuff for classes that we didn't get into all the full details on, in particular the Witch and the Wizard, which we did briefly cover. So what we want to do this episode is make a wizard character, just going through all the new spell stuff and leveling up the character and getting it to about level 6-ish, because we are going to be making a remaster version of Silrona from the Unintended Consequences and Lost Mind of Phandelver game that we've talked about on here before. We had Tim on here a few episodes ago. How canon this character is going to be is a little up in the air. But we are going to try to make our favorite cowboy wizard Silrona in a 2nd edition remaster character.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have to change too much. Silrona's a very simple character with an accent, so.
Yeah, since his like revolver is basically just you using magic missile, I don't think you have to worry too much about like multi-classing into gunslinger or something like that.
Yeah, no, he definitely just has like he does like the pew pew gun hands and then like actual bullets come out. It's like, you know what I mean? Like he's like bang, and like dude get shot. That's how Silrona's magic works.
Yeah, so we're probably fine. So for our listening audience out there, Ramon, do you want to explain who Silrona is? Maybe just like a brief introduction to him.
Yeah, Silrona is a cowboy wizard, which kind of sums up his whole shtick. He definitely is a shoot from the hip kind of character. He focuses a lot on damaging spells. I think he has like one or two utility spells, but mostly he's there for the big damage and the big explosions, and shooting bad guys and taking all the glory. Which I guess the fact that he's a wizard, which doesn't really scream like academia, but he's a cowboy without a gun, but with a lot of spells.
Indeed. So we're going to approach that. We're going to go from the ground up, try to follow along in how the book describes how to create a character, and so far we've already finished step 1, which is creating a concept.
Yes.
And then we have to get into
Silrona is.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I to interrupt. I was like, Silrona is more cowboy than wizard. Just so we all remember.
Yeah, functionally wizard, spiritually cowboy. So with that in mind, we have to get into the ABCDs, the ancestry, background, class, and detail. So
it's pretty good.
Ancestry yeah, it's very cute. I like their little alphabetized process here. But the ancestry for Silrona is of course human, unless you wanted to make any variation on that, but I'm pretty sure you were just going to have him be human still.
Nah, man, he's human. He's got the dog in him, which I mean he has 0 dog in him, because I guess you could be a dog person in this game.
Yeah, that'd be a null.
Yeah.
Background we can get into, so let's just take a look at the backgrounds. Again, I wanted to stick to what's available in the player's guide, the player's handbook of the remaster. So looking at, let's say, backgrounds.
Yeah, so I don't remember what Silrona actually chose before, but it could be a bounty hunter because he was technically the sheriff of a town. for a while. So I mean that kind of counts.
True. There's guard, which is sort of a town guard kind of thing, but that might be able to fit with the sheriff concept. Although it gives you some intimidation. It gives you some legal lore, which I don't know if that might fit
like,
more for his deputy.
I know. I was like, that's like a deputy thing, but it might be worth taking.
Deputy, for people who might not know, is a talking rat who is a companion of Silrona.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a fantasy tabletop RPG game with all the wackiness that Tim has so graciously, our GM, allowed us to have. No, I'm pretty sure I just chose Scholar or something. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, I think I just, at the beginning, Silrona was more wizard, and then he evolved into the silly cowboy person, a la Yosemite Sam. So,
this is true.
Yeah.
So you want to go with a scholar?
Yeah, he learned in the way of gun. That's the school he studied in.
So one thing I appreciate about the new design of the character sheet is, at least so far, I like how ancestry, background, and class are organized. Just so it's easier and natural just to fill them in left to right. For your scholar, you get a couple of attribute boosts. One is to either intelligence or wisdom, and the other one you can just put wherever you want. Since we're wizarding, I'm thinking you just want it in intelligence.
Yeah, you dump it in intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah. Serena actually isn't very wise, to be fair.
Fair.
He may look like an old man, but he's definitely like has a very young energy to him.
You do have a free attribute boost that you can use as well.
I would put it into like dexterity. Sure, let's do that.
All right. And as a scholar, you are trained in either Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion skill. I guess Arcana, but it might depend on what sort of wizard you want to be.
Sure, let's put that for now.
And you get the Assurance skill feat in your chosen skill.
Yeah.
And you're also trained in
Assurance.
Academia lore.
Makes sense. I think that is what I actually have as Silrona. So yeah. Even though that rarely happens. I rarely use any of my skills to do anything.
You have more important things to do than all that thinking and talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Then with those, let's take a look at some... Well, first, let's finish off some ancestry stuff. Such as getting your ancestry feat.
I get a bunch of stuff from being a humans, right? So
yeah, and all your humans stuff, such as the hit points you get and your size.
I am one size. I am medium. I think my speed is 25, and I get 2 free attribute boosts into anything. I'll probably put it in intelligence again, and maybe constitution.
Okay, so 1 for int and 1 for con.
Yeah.
And as well, you get an additional language. The number of additional languages equal to 1 plus your intelligence modifier.
I don't think I ever remember that Silrona should have multiple languages, for the most part.
I mean, we can assume that cowboy is a language.
Oh yeah, sure. And like horses are definitely a language.
So as a human, you have a couple options for heritages. You can be a skilled human, which means that you get an extra skill to be trained in. And you can be a versatile human, which means you can get an extra general feat.
Oh, I remember doing this. Yeah, right. Because you can go as a human, you could do something silly like get versatile human and then get an extra general feat, and then you get the general feat that's like basically natural ambition but for general feat, and then you get to have like an extra class feat for free. And then like for your ancestry feat, you can choose like natural ambition, and then you get 2 free class feats. That's pretty funny. Nice.
So are we stacking up feats then? Is that the plan here?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't. Oh yeah, I'll take a free general feat, and then I'll just choose Die Hard. Yeah, that's the go-to one for Ramon and Silrona because it definitely happened a lot.
True. Toughness is also pretty good because, according to the math that people smarter than me have done, it's more useful than Die Hard.
Oh, true. Well, let's just get both. Why? I'll take
Okay.
Die Hard and Toughness. Oh wait, I thought I believe Die Hard and Toughness were like in like a tree, but now they're separated. Huh. Like I believe before you needed to get Die Hard. I can fact check that later.
Yeah, we'll double check later. I'll put a note if that's the case. But yeah, you can get Toughness and Die Hard. Neither of them have a prerequisite of any kind.
Yeah, because you also get a general feat from when you start as well, right? Or I'll just take natural. These general feats are always like the hardest part, I think, because it just feels like what's gonna be useful.
Yeah, you got to figure it out ahead of time.
Let's get Ride actually. Ride is good. Let's do Ride.
That makes sense.
Because I'm a cowboy. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Versatile Heritage, giving you a general feat of Ride. You have your Ancestry feats, which I think you wanted.
Natural ambition. Yep.
So you can get another class feat when we get to your class stuff.
And I'm just gonna take Familiar to get Deputy.
I mean, we'll just do that.
Gotta set up the depths. So.
Okay, so you have chosen your class, but I am looking at the order of things, and I think we should finish filling out your attribute modifiers
Sure.
before we start filling everything else out. We've probably done some of this out of order, but it's probably fine. So, from what we have so far, you've got your ancestry boosts to intelligence and constitution. You've got your background boost to intelligence and dexterity, and then your class is giving you a boost to intelligence as well. You've got 4 more bonuses that you could put to any of these things. Although I feel like you want to get your intelligence maxed out with what you're doing so far.
Yeah, I would just max out intelligence and then probably just 1 more into dexterity and then 1 in wisdom, and then I would want to put 1 in charisma, and then that would be 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so what we have so far, at least for your base attribute values, are a strength of 0, a dexterity of 2, a constitution of 1, intelligence of 4, because you're brainy, wisdom of 1, and a charisma of 1. Which so far makes sense.
I think that's pretty much what Serona feels like. Kind of just like really smart, but like only really has 2 really big brain cells. like, like all of his brain is just full of magic missile, and that's all he can keep in there. Because that's how spell slots work, right?
True. I kind of want to fill out your skills now. I think that's a bit out of order because the way they have it here, skills come after class. But we can start filling some of them out now, and then maybe change them up if you need them later. Or we can get to your class stuff, and you might see something that's more relevant to what your class needs.
Well, the class dictates what skills you get, right?
All right, let's get into how wizards work in the remaster of Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Yeah, it gives you your initial proficiencies, which is good.
Yep, your wizard spellcasting as well.
Yep. So train in perception, train in fortitude and reflex, and expert in will to survive.
Yeah, because your brain is so tough to pierce.
Got a thick brain. So now I am trained in Arcana, which I already am, so jokes, and trained in additional skills equal to 2 plus intelligence modifier. So I will be trained in. I would have 4 intelligence, so I get 6 skills to be trained in. I'll probably do like survival and knowledge society. I'll also do intimidation. maybe
Yeah, that makes sense.
diplomacy, maybe acrobatics, and let's just call it knowledge nature. Yeah, it sounds. Oh, I already did survival, right? So yeah. I don't remember Salona was very good at stealthing anyway, so whatever, it's fine.
So you do have an overlap with regards to your wizard giving you trained in Arcana and your background giving you trained in Arcana. So I believe you are able to choose an additional skill.
Oh, cool. Then let's do lore occultism. Let's just get all of the lores, or like the. Yeah, just do occultism, so I could fight witches or something. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So now we've got to figure out your arcane thesis and your arcane school. With your arcane thesis, that sort of affects the functions of your spells. You get a benefit to your spells based on sort of the... It's like your thesis topic of your research when you were in wizard school.
Oh, yeah, I love those good old days.
Something with a very long and boring title. But it can affect your spell shaping, it can affect your attunement to your familiar, spell blending, spell substitution.
I think Salrona did Staff Nexus, because I have a staff that I remember having, like I custom created, so yes, it would be Staff Nexus would be my thesis.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm just looking at staff Nexus. So yeah, you start off with your own staff.
Yeah, you're a custom staff, and you're able to put in like a spell, like a first rank spell that that you can use. Oh yeah, so yeah, and I get to also craft staffs afterwards, and I can also add 2 spells to it. I think I would just the Salrona would just try to stretch the limit of what a staff is. Shape it in the shape of a gun.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think I called it new before, but it was just some name changes that were new. But yeah, no, you can. I assume you can make your spell staff. I was trying to see if I don't remember what level Magic Missile is.
It's level 1. It's all levels.
It is. Okay.
It's rank.
So yeah, I kind of figured that's going to be what you want in your staff.
Oh, of course. That's the only thing that's in all of my staffs is Magic Missile. At various ranks. Yeah. You gotta load up the ammo.
All right. So we've got Staff Nexus. You're an expert in making staffs. Your staff can contain some extra spells for you. We also have to look at your arcane school, which is where some of the more significant changes to wizards have been done. So we can get into the different kind of schools that are available within the core rulebook. So you've got your School of Ars Grammatica. That's runes and wands and letters and numbers that sort of underpin all magic. You've got your School of Battle Magic, which I think might be more fitting for Solrona.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's where you've got your powerful spells to do battle with. School of Civic Wizardry. That's for working in construction, helping out in a city, like working in construction or demolition in some ways. And also finding lost people. Yeah, engineer.
Yeah,
engineer wizard.
You're an engineer. That's civil. You're a civil engineer wizard. Get your iron ring and everything, man.
The School of Mentalism, which is for stuff that it's illusions, it's confusions, it's implanting feelings and memories in people's minds.
It's illusions and confusions. That's a nice spar, man.
That should be part of their school motto.
Yeah.
The School of Protean Form, which is like shape-shifting magic, shape-shifting, polymorphing, turning, objects into different ones, or subjects, like living subjects, into different things. School of Unified Magical Theory, which is like no specific curriculum.
Yeah,
and
that's
school,
when you have...
Yep.
I was like, that's when you're just drifting through college, and you're just like, yeah, man, I'm just undefined, and I have no major.
And School of the Boundary, which is like your dimensional different, like your planar studies.
Like geography, right? That's
Yeah,
that's what
planar
it is.
geography.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Sorona definitely would take the School of Battle Magic. I think most of the stuff here, yeah, because it has Fireball, and that's an important one. I'm
Yeah, that
assuming
seems-
Force Barrage is probably Magic Missile. I forget what they actually changed it from. My bread and butter, my 6-shooter to my cowboy hat. You know, my spurs to my horse. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, as a wizard, you also have your arcane bond. Like, you can designate an item as your bonded item, and then you can drain magic from it, which is that you can just cast a spell that you've already cast today.
Yeah, I think I used the staff because that totally made sense to me. So I just had my staff as it. But yeah, it'll just be Sorona's staff. Big iron staff.
Big iron. All right, so that's about first level stuff. We've got your class features in there. We have to get your spells and equipment. I feel like spells are going to be the more interesting thing, so let's take a look at those. Now you have some cantrips, including your curriculum spell. Your curriculum spell, you have a couple options for that. And these are just spells that you get from like different ranks of knowledge in your spell school.
Oh, okay. So then this is just ones I get to have in my spell repertoire, but not actually fill. I can use that to fill in my spell slots. So I get the access to all of these cantrips, which I think I've taken all of these anyway, so it's cool.
Yeah, so you basically, like, now you don't have to, because you can get shield or telekinetic projectile, and then you still have your list of other 5 cantrips that you can get.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I think cantrips are pretty versatile. I mean, I probably just take like one of the attack spells, like produce flame or something like that, and just use like light and like those kind of stuff. But definitely, although they changed, mage armor is now mystic armor. I'm assuming that's how that works, and they just basically swap the names.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's just swapped names in here. We didn't talk about this last week, but Bag of Holding was changed to Spacious Pouch, and I don't like it as much.
I like it a lot. My spacious pouch, come. Hello, this is my spacious pouch.
I don't know, it
It's a
doesn't
lot.
roll off the tongue as well. But
I don't know. Spacious pouch sounds kind of cool. Like, you know, you can like attach it to like a, like I want like a, I don't know what would it be called, like a cubic. No, it'd be like a. I don't know what the P word would be for pocket. So it's like, you know, you just have like a shirt pocket. You just pull stuff out of like a clown, but it's like a magical, just like it's, you know, the infinite space pocket or whatever. That would be pretty good.
okay, I mean, that does make it sound
infinite
kind of fun.
space. Yeah, infinite space pocket. And actually, all of the clowns, that's like one of their special abilities. They just pull stuff. Ooh, that'd be really funny. You could have like a random rollable table where it's like, what did the clown pull out this time? And just like, half of it's nonsense. The other half is like a meteor or something. And it's like, oh.
That's terrifying. All right, so let's get your curriculum spell out of the way, and then you have all the slots to do whatever you want to do with. Yep.
I don't think that, I mean, like, personally, I'm pretty sure it's just Magic Missile, and all the rest of the slots are just Magic Missile up until I get Fireball, and then it's just variations of Magic Missile and Fireball.
Okay, I was
Level
gonna ask if you wanted telekinetic projectile or shield, but I feel like telekinetic projectile is your answer.
Yeah, well, I think I have Shield as well, but I think telekinetic projectile also shows up on like the regular list anyway.
Yeah, they both do. It's just that you're essentially getting one without taking up those 5 slots.
Yeah, the rest are like, because the cantrips you can switch out, right? I believe you get access to all of the cantrips and you use in your daily preparations. Is that how that works? I know that if it was my game, I would. I'm just like thinking about it. Obviously, I'm not a player in my own game, but if someone was like, oh yeah, can I switch out my cantrips? And I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. Like, you go ahead. You did your spell 101 or whatever. Cantrips 101.
Oh, okay, here we go. So your spell book contains your choice of 10 cantrips and 5 first level spells. You choose those from the common spells on the arcane spell list.
But no. I mean, Sorona's spell list would definitely just be a lot of Force Barrage. I think when I did create it, he just had all of his first level spell slots was just Force Barrage, and that's all he did.
Okay, so it kind of doesn't matter what other spells you know.
Yeah, Sorona's kind of like a bad example because he really only does like one thing. Very well, I think, but yeah.
Okay, so I will just prepare all your spell slots with Force Barrage. All your level 1 spell slots, and I guess all your cantrips are... I don't know.
Yeah, you could just fill them in with utility stuff. It's like usually cantrips are like the ones that I don't really pay attention. Like I said it one time and forget it. So it's like light. I don't know if it's light in this one. But you do light, you do like shield, you do I don't think I get guidance.
Nope.
The produce flame. Maybe I'll do like shocking arc or whatever, electric arc. The icy beam one, the cold ray of frost or whatever. Just all of the different flavors of attack that dude. That's pretty much. I think that's what Sorona would be packing for the most part.
Okay, I'll come back to your cantrips when I'm editing, and then we can fill those in.
Yeah.
Okay. And as for your gear, just the basic wizard thing, I feel like is fine.
Yeah, I pretty much there'd be the basic wizard thing. I'm not sure if Sorona was packing a bunch of wands. Any of the magical stuff that we had during our adventures would definitely have. And a couple of scrolls as well of just magic missile, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he carried around anything else. Just extra ammunition, pretty much. Imagine him having just instead of just like an ammo belt, it's just like a scroll belt that you just like just like reloads.
Yeah, although I guess that would be something you kind of do over time.
Yeah, but he definitely just started off pretty simple. It's just like whatever the wizard starting gear is, that's what Sorona had. Because I believe I don't remember I took any armor stuff, so I assumed that it was just running off of unarmored defense, pretty much.
Okay, maybe I'll come back and fill that in as well. What about your familiar, which you now have?
Familiars. Oof.
They use a lot of your own stats for most things, but they will have a couple of abilities.
I think we're able to have the familiar talk as like a part of the familiar. I don't recall if that's
it understands and speaks a language you know.
Yeah, which is cowboy, so.
And he could also have either tough, which will increase its HP, or spellcasting, which I don't know. Or maybe skilled, because
no, he definitely has skilled, and I think that I took it was like knowledge society or diplomacy. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why he's the right lawyer. He's a non-combatant.
So I have statted him in. I wanted to do it in the sheet, but I'm doing some stuff in Path Builder, and I'll fill in the sheet later. He does currently have a higher diplomacy than you do.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's how it worked out. The last time I did this. And he will continue having a higher diplomacy than me because that's his job. He's deputy. I get into trouble, he gets me out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so that's about all your first level stuff. And again, I think we ended up doing things out of order because we were just kind of going through it.
All right, well, let's just go to the level ups. Maybe we could just do all of the 6 levels in one go, but maybe not. Okay,
we'll see.
So
I think we can fit a couple levels in. I do want to get to level 3 at least.
All right, so I mean it'll be quick. So I get a skill feat and a wizard feat for level 2, and then I get second rank spells, which we all know Sorona will just he'll take some stuff, but he'll just fill them with magic missile anyway. And
I guess I shouldn't worry about spells, you know.
Yeah, and skill increases. So that's level 3. So overall,
All right,
yeah,
so
I
let's
don't
look
think
at
we
those
have.
feats, and then let's look at the. Oh, I guess I don't know if you need to look at the spells, but let's look at those feats and then see where we end up time wise.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what I want, which is enhanced No, I don't. Enhanced familiar.
I was about to
Super
ask that.
deputy. Yeah, I actually don't recall what I took for level 2. I'm trying to.
Did you have reach spell?
I did have reach spell, so I probably just took reach spell.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that coming up.
Yeah, because I gotta get that snipe.
That spell
Yeah,
sniping.
I probably took reach spell because I don't think the level 2 ones really spoke to Silrona anyway.
Okay, and then for your skill feats, so it is on page 249.
Thank you.
That's where the list of skill feats starts, and then they sort them by skill and by level. It starts off with a list of general feats, and then under that it's general skill feats, which apply to like any skill. And then from there it's like, here's the acrobatics ones or the arcana ones, etc.
Ooh, okay, got it. Thank you. I think automatic knowledge was probably one.
For your skill feat,
Yep. So it runs off of assurance is prerequisite. Oh, I need to be expert in recall knowledge though, which I don't think I am.
yeah, no,
Not yet anyway. Oh, I get a skill increase though. When is that? A level
at
3,
third
right?
level, yeah.
Right, out of order. Okay, so I will probably get recognize. No, I'll get skill training, and just get trained in another skill.
Fair. You didn't get religion, although I thought you were gonna get that at level 3.
Yeah, let's get religion. Let's be trained in religion. I know all of the stuff now.
Okay. So then, yeah, third level. You have a skill increase. You can put something to expert now if you want to start getting your way towards automatic knowledge.
Yes, I think it would be Arcana. I swear that worked better. Maybe they changed some stuff around. But yeah, I'll do it. Because how do you get expert in a spell before at level 2? That's what I want to know. Interesting.
Expert in... Oh, well, you have to be expert in... Like, you could get it for Arcana now, because if you put your Arcana up at level 3, you'll be expert in it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like
for
a level
2...
It's a level 2. Yeah.
I don't know.
You would miss the skill feed. I'm sure that there's somewhere out there where you get, like, an expert in a skill or something. But...
Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. At least not with skill training, because that's just trained.
Yes.
No, I can't think of how you would do that, but I guess there must be some way to do so.
But yes, I will take what did we say? The one before. Yeah, I will take skill training and I'll be trained in religion. And then as well as at level 3, I guess I get a skill increase and I'll increase Arcana because I'm smart like that.
Okay. What was the general feat that you wanted for level 3?
Ooh, general feat for level 3. Let us see.
And then your spells, again, just magic, just force barrage, and nothing else matters.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Ooh, that would be kind of silly. I think that I would get breath control because I get to hold my breath just in case we're on a ship or somewhere smelly.
Random, but okay.
These are real skills that pays the bills, actually.
Fair. Yeah, we're about 40 minutes in. Do we want to do a couple more? I don't know if we'll get... Do you think we'll get all the way to level 6? Maybe if we speedrun it, since we did all the complicated stuff at first already.
Well, it's really when you level up, you only get a couple of choices, right? So, I mean, just to kind of like blast through it.
Okay, well, 4th level, you've got your class feat and a skill feat.
So, I mean, skill feat will just be the assurance, and wizard feat at level 4, I would probably take... I don't think the wizard feat at level 4s are that cool. Ooh, Bespell, Strike, no. Call
You
wizard
can
tools,
get automatic knowledge.
Yeah, look
for
at automatic
Arcana.
knowledge. Let's do that. Automatic knowledge for Arcana. So that's what I meant instead of assurance. It's automatic knowledge. And then I'll take call wizardry tools. It's just call my staff from anywhere. Like Thor's hammer. Moo moo. Mew mew or whatever.
Mew mew.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Level 5, that's when we get back to doing some ability boosts. Now, what you can do with your int, if you want to keep boosting it up, is you can put a partial boost in there, and you would mark that with a check on your sheet, so that next time you increase that, you can increase it up to +5.
Yeah, definitely. I will do that.
And then where do you want to spend the other 3?
Constitution, 1 in strength, and 1 in dexterity.
Makes sense. You've got a skill increase as well.
Ooh, does it have to be, is it from trained or is it just anything?
You can put something up to expert.
Oh, I'll be an expert in society.
Interesting.
I'm definitely streetwise.
Ah, okay, I see. What about an ancestry feat?
Ooh, I get to be more human? I got that dog in me?
Indeed,
Nice.
you may.
See what I can choose. Ooh, I'll take sense allies. Sure, that sounds cool. Although I
Okay.
never miss, so it's fine.
Yeah, so that just lets you know when your allies are nearby.
I know where my friends are at all times.
I don't know. I don't think we have anyone super stealthy on the party, but just in case.
Oh man, to be fair, I think that I have to say, doing this reminded me that humans are kind of like, they're really, really generalized. Like, I'm really surprised at how generalized all these choices are. Not that they're like bad, but they're definitely like, how would I describe them? Like healthy for you, like. You know what I mean? Like, they're not spicy. They're healthy.
Yeah, they're straightforward. They're useful. They're practical.
They're practical. They'll keep you alive. Right? Like,
But they don't have any like weird variations to play off of.
yeah, right? Like I don't know, like the halfling has like, halfling luck where it's like, well, you just are kind of lucky. Or like Titan Slinger, you're like really good at beating up larger foes than you because you live in a small world and you're a small guy.
Yeah.
know,
Humans
but, like-
just, practical.
Yeah. Practical. It's like, I have friends and I know where they are.
The practicality of friends. So let's do level 6. You have a class feat and a skill feat.
Level 6 class feat. Oh, I probably would just take knowledge again and whatever I'm expert in at the time. Oh, arcane sense. Oh yeah, that's one I actually have. That one's real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Rona actually just has the tech magic, so yeah, that makes sense.
So that's just
and then
having
for-
tech magic.
Yeah, and for wizardiness, I would probably take. Well, I don't have anything that requires concentration. Ooh, but somebody else can make me
Yeah, you're just
do it.
wasting.
So yeah, right. Ooh. I don't know. Probably widen spell. Let's just go widen spell.
You did want to pick Fireball, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So you gotta add that extra oomph. Find those extra 5 feet my work.
So by a 6th level, you can cast a 3rd level spell, so you do have Fireball.
Yeah, which would make total sense, and so Rona would definitely want to make the biggest splash possible.
So do you just want all your 3rd level spell slots to be filled with Fireball?
Oh no, and like half fireball and half rank 3 force barrage. Please and thank you. One's single target DPS, the one's area DPS.
So you do have from your curriculum spells, for your rank 2 spells, you can have either mist or resist energy.
I'll probably take mist on that one. And then I got
then-
level 3 ones, right?
Yeah, which are Earthbind or Fireball.
I mean, it's definitely fireball.
Yeah, so you get an extra fireball slot in there,
Yeah.
and that leaves you a couple more slots to force barrage.
Yeah. There you go. You know how it is.
Yeah. Okay. I thought the spells would take longer, but I forget that you just used either a scroll or you start blasting.
Yeah, I mean, Silrona is a very simple character. I'm kind of hoping that whenever if they do they have plans to bring the sorcerer back in any sort of state?
Yeah, that's in Player
um,
Core 2, which was
Yeah.
March 2024. I wrote it down, and I wrote it down again, and I forget when that specific book is out. But
Yeah,
that's
I
next year.
believe Silrona. If they works the same way, or if they whatever changes they make, I might look into converting Silrona into a sorcerer because I think like thematically it works a little bit better from a dude shooting from the hip, and as long as like Deputy gets to stick around, I think maybe it might work better than me being a wizard. Not to say that but Silrona is just not that much of a smart guy. I would say he just isn't.
It's the Monster Core is out in March. Player Core 2 is out July, and that's gonna have Sorcerer and all the other stuff that's not in this book.
So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I guess that's the the most the Silrona. This is I guess how Silrona will function, which is pretty much the same way he's functioned before, but with a couple of different name changes.
Yeah, that's again like what's largely been changed in the remaster is a lot of name stuff. A lot of like most of the things function the same, but your magic missile is force barrage. A lot there's things that are the same, but it's not Ray of Frost anymore. I think is it Frostbite? It's something different.
Sure, it's like icy cold snap, or like I don't know, like winter's chill. Okay, blizzard beam. Okay, what else we got?
Coldy freeze.
Coldy freeze. Nice.
Yeah, like your meta magic is your spell shape. Like again, like as far as changes go, the most significant one is going to be to your spell list as a wizard. But I mean, for Silrona, that's not a big deal. Because you still have access to your bread and your butter. That being your barrage and your fireball.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's fine, and I do like the changes to the schools. They make way more sense, I guess, a little bit. They're like more geared towards of learning. Like you go to school to be an engineer or a doctor or like whatever, right? Like a businessman. I don't know, but that's what schools. They have curriculums to teach you stuff. So instead of it being like really esoteric, where it's like this is the school of illusions or like this is the school of conjuration or whatever, right? They feel more flavorful. I actually don't know what all the other spell schools were. Evocation, I guess. Yeah, but like I like that it translates well to like people have an idea of like what a battle mage would look like, right? Or like what a somebody who's like really into words or something, right?
Yeah, what I really like about it is how it sort of it feels a bit like the other newer classes, the ones that we talked about a while back, how they sort of set you up to have a story as you progress. And that's kind of what this feels like. This feels like it's more of a character thing than a type of wizard, if that makes sense. Like you're not just a wizard who does this kind of spells. You're a wizard who went to study in this particular field of magic. You wrote a thesis on this particular field of magic. Like this is the basis of your education, instead of just the type of thing that you do. It becomes more part of your character than just part of your sheet.
And you can link your arcane thesis into like the progression of your character, right? Because they do grow. Your choice does kind of evolve with you, and you could line that up with like experimentation with new spell slots and stuff like that. And the idea that like you're as a wizard, the whole idea is like you're still learning stuff, right? So you're like improving constantly. You're trying to like make things better. You always have like your own ideas of how things works. So as you gain spell slots and achieving greater and greater spells, it's like you're iterating on what you would know, right? So like I do wish there was like a little bit more in spell selection, where it's like you would need to know these amount of spells to learn, like you'd have to, like, if you chose to learn, like, for you to learn fireball, first you have to learn like produce flame, because that's technically, like, to me, in my mind, that's like a smaller version of a fireball, right? Really, the application is add fire to a big range. At range, you target one person, then it's like now you do it the same thing, but it's a big blast, that kind of thing. But at least that's how, when I make spellcasters, when I make those selections, is really not based on like utilities, obviously, like heavily themed of like what I think this magic person would believe in and would be the most effective way to do whatever they're doing. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see like putting like coming at it from again a character angle.
Yeah. I mean, like, Sorona technically isn't. He was a wizard first and then a cowboy. He got transported to the cowboy dimension, and specifically, Sorona needed something that was very effective against people shooting from cover, and he didn't have to something that's reliable, and you didn't have to think about, because if he's in a gunfight with shootout with, like, a bunch of outlaws, he really is just there to get a job done, and he wants to do it the most efficient way possible, which is blow them all up or shoot them where he can't miss.
Which, again, that's his thing, because he is a cowboy.
Yeah.
Very yeehaw. All right, so I think that's going to be it for now. I'll try to have some visuals of the sheet and the book and stuff in the episode. And if people are interested in that sort of thing, maybe we'll do like shorter versions of these with more of a focus on just putting the character together with like different kinds of characters that you can make with the book. Because I've definitely been wanting to make a witch.
I think that we should just randomize, like we randomize a character, and like from like a prompt generator or something, and it's like both of us have to present what we did. like it's like who is Greg Grant or whatever, Greg Grant Georges, the fighter, and then we have to figure out what's his deal. That would be kind of cool.
See, something that generates like a vague backstory, and then we just figure out like what sort of fits this.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see like what the base core rules, like because two of us usually come at different angles when we do character creation. So
right,
it would be interesting to see what we both chose, and what we both didn't choose, right, and like our thoughts behind it. Okay. Maybe it could be like we do like a versus, something like that, like, and then we'll get the comments to decide who was cooler.
All right,
who do you want to play as? Yeah. Sure. Actually, if you made it to the end of the video, it's a long time of us making one character, but if you're here at the end, we appreciate you, and put your ideas at the bottom. I want to put Calvin accountable for this.
Sure. Or if you know like a generator we can use that'll generate like a character and like a vague enough story that it can be open about like what their specific abilities are. That could be something that's fun. People put their ideas down and then we see how to make that character.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna do it for the episode for now. Thanks a ton, everybody out there, for listening in. If you want to hear more of our stuff, if you want to hear more about the Pathfinder Remaster or other games like Lancer, definitely check out the podcast playlist. We've got a whole bunch of stuff there, including a bunch of Pathfinder recaps, where we get into sort of our thoughts on different games that we're in or games that we're running. If you look down below, you'll see some links to third-party writers and creators for the Lancer RPG, if you're into that. I did run a Lancer game recently. We'll probably talk about it soon. And I ran it over on the Untold Stories Project channel, where right now they started a new show. They're going through their one-shot season, so it's a lot of fun stuff going on there if you want to check them out. I am going to be in another Baldur's Gate crossover episode with them. It'll be out by the time you're hearing this, but you can go check out the VOD on their channel. You can check it out over here on Win with Dice. I don't know if I'll be able to link it, but I do have a link to their channel down there. What else am I forgetting? Oh, we have gaming streams on here. There's Baldur's Gate, of course. There's Control. There's Mass Effect, Andromeda. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So check out all the previous playlists of that. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Ramon, is there anything else that we should shout out before we head out of here?
I don't think so. Like and subscribe. I guess we never asked, but
Oh
you
yeah,
know the stuff.
yeah, the
you watch a
YouTube
YouTube
stuff.
video, you know what to do.
Exactly. So, I'm assuming you've already done that. All right. Well, for all of our spell slinging GMs and players out there, just remember to keep on winning with dice, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.